okay, well, the last time we tried to do some pedals with the competition pedals, they were absolutely pony. Let's try and just make another wicked guitar. But you know, it's interesting to like where can it go, and where is there? You know, I'm just sort of thinking of it from a business point of view as opposed to from our point of view as nerds. You know?
What they'd be better doing, because obviously what they were doing for those pedals is like, were they Mexican made or Chinese made? I can't remember.
They were like 30 quid.
Yeah, Chinese made. So they were just going to a factory and going,
yeah, of course, yeah.
Can you build this? Whereas what they should do, and what they sort of did with Boss in the past when they did those team up pedals,
yeah,
was like get a bit of credibility in the pedal market by kind of working with people. You know, if there was like a Wampler crossed Fender,
like a twin preamp.
Yeah, exactly. Then you know that would give them a bit of kind of credence. But yeah, I just don't see it happening. I don't think that. I think the reason that people are into this stuff, and the reason we're talking about companies like Mad Professor or Cast Engineering or Chase Bliss or Magnetic Effects, is that they're not Fender or Gibson or...
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and that's why there's so much stuff. It's because it's quite a low barrier to entry for these manufacturers. They're not having to design a guitar, design and build guitars,
yeah,
or
of course.
design and build massive amps. They're building things that you can build for less than $100 in your house.
Yeah.
And that you can ship all around the world without too much cost.
Without too much hassle.
And, you know, the sort of stuff we do is a great example. I wouldn't expect a manufacturer to ship us an amp for a review or ship us a guitar for a review, but they can send us pedals because they're easily postable around the world. So, I don't know, really. You say the growth is in all the kind of pedals, really, but I don't think someone like Fender probably sees it like that. They're probably thinking, how can we open up... Or, you know, like they did with the Squier stuff, they're thinking, how can we open up that £200 to £300 market? Or, you know, they're probably not thinking, how can we open up the £200 to £300 pedal market?
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Because that's not where the actual growth is. You know, the actual growth is...
with the high ticket stuff.
And also people spending a bit more than Squier, or a bit more than... You know, I would say that kind of £300 to £800 market is probably
that's fair.
How can they tap into that? And they've done it before with things like Classic Vibe, or they've done it with signature models, you know, like reaching out to players to expand the market. I think that's the kind of strategies they use rather than going down a boutique pedal route.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Interesting to see though. And you know, talking about that kind of market being saturated, should we move on to the Cast Engineering Casper delay, which is probably if this doesn't win Gear of the Year this year, I think it was it announced this year? I think it was announced this year. I think it's technically allowed in. This pedal is unbelievable. And
how did you hear about it?
I think I just saw a press release. I saw a news story of it being released, and it's so good. It looks like a kind of old style analog delay, just 3 knobs. It's delay, feedback, and level, I think. I can't remember. But it's 3 controls that you'd expect. But it's digital. It sounds so good. It's like perfectly kind of analog sounding where it needs to be, but it's like nice and crisp enough to so that, you know, if you want to do like slapbacky type stuff, it kind of doesn't turn to a mush. And it's got light up knobs. So, you know, what's better than that?
Yeah, I mean, I just happened to see your Periscope of it whilst you were demoing it, and it did sound very good. Obviously, I only heard it down the iPhone, but I'm not sure that it sounded better than a carbon copy.
I think it does.
Really?
Yeah. In fact,
I think we need to do a side-by-side shootout.
Yeah.
We should do like a hidden one. So get the get the Fender delay, get a carbon copy, get something like that.
DM2W.
Little delay shootout.
Yeah,
I think
but no one sees, and then we'll just do it in some sort of weird competition where the one that everyone votes down the best, someone wins it or something. I don't know.
If only we had some sort of method to like really easily switch between, have like a load of pedals plugged in at once and really switch between them really quickly.
Yeah, if there was only some way we could do that.
If only. But actually, this company, I was just having a look on the website, actually offer a load of Blues Junior modifications as well.
Oh,
so
do they? Okay.
I think they totally win. Wow, they do like a complete rehousing and hand build, and they do it in like a flame maple cabinet.
Nice.
With a 12-inch speaker, or a 210 or a 15. Imagine a Blues Junior with a 15-inch speaker would sound
115.
amazing.
That would be wicked.
That would be really good. Well, they've sent us 3 pedals to try and demo. We've got the Casper Delay, the Texas Flood, which I guess is a kind of bluesy overdrive in a sort of tube screamery type vibe, and the Pulse Drive, which is a trem, which has got knobs that flash in time with the trem, which is wicked.
And it's optical.
That's cool.
Isn't it?
It's also got a boost.
Yes, it has.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool little pedal. Yeah, I think it's optical trem. Matt,
See, that was the conversation we had the other day. Was when you were telling me about them. You said it was optical.
I think it is. Matt, you might be able to confirm if you've got the website there.
It doesn't say.
Okay.
It doesn't say specifically. I suppose it might be based on an optical trem, perhaps. Yeah. I'm assuming they're saying it's based on a Fender trem circuit, which would be. So
Yeah.
Sounded cool.
Well, that'd be a bias trem, wouldn't it, if it was in a Fender? Because it's
okay.
Oh yeah.
With the valves.
Okay. It sounded cool. Anyway, so we're going to have some full demos and stuff of those. But yeah, the Casper Delay, like I think even off just hearing it down the iPhone, like a Periscope thing, a couple of guys in the Facebook group have already inquired about buying some.
Right.
So
oh yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
Not available anywhere else but in America, from like 8 dealers in America, and that's it.
Apparently they will. So one of I forget the guy's name, maybe Alex, in the Facebook group has emailed them to ask if they'll ship to the UK, and apparently they will. So, or they'll ship to other places as well. So, yeah, I'm loving this pedal. Absolutely loving it. It's kind of how I took to the Magnetic White Atom last year. I think this is definitely a strong contender for me. And we've got a lot of the year left to go, but I think this is going to be up there. I'll be surprised if it's not.
It's nice to it's nice to find brands like this though, because so often on any of the groups you'd be like, suggest something sort of weird and wacky, and the same names come up, and again there are so many companies out there and so many small startup companies making like 1 or 2 pedals.
Yeah.
That you just literally I suppose they either take time to kind of build up, or they just need someone famous to use one, and then everyone inquires about it, and then all of a sudden everyone wants one.
Yeah,